What's up, everybody? This is J to the B to the I on another wonderful, fabulous show. September 26th, 2022, or 2025, baby. I said 22. I'm stuck in the past. We got another great show tonight, man. We got Johnny Dykes coming on tonight, talk about long haul bombers, and we also got another special guest coming on, Ken SCOBEY out of Florida, to talk about his new bat and talk about mental health awareness. And it's about time we had that discussion, don't you guys think? But first, without any further ado,
as the sun goes down, as the sun goes down, as the sun goes
down. Man, what's going on, everybody? So we got a lot to talk about tonight. We're gonna have my man Johnny Dykes as we're waiting for him to come on. Johnny, if you are already on, or are you there, just say hi. Let me know you're here. And he is popped on now. And you know what? I forgot to update my Facebook. Hopefully it's updated. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Good, man. You see me okay?
I can now. Your head's kind of big.
Yeah, I know. Sticking crazy ass Facebook. Always doing some crazy changes. So how you doing, brother? What's going on, man? What you been up to?
Man. All kinds of things, man. I'm always doing something, and it ain't always softball. So
yeah, exactly. That's a fact. Johnny, those of you just joining us, you know, Johnny was part of the long haul bombers experience. And how'd that go, Johnny? How was that feeling walking into that stadium? I mean, what was it like? Tell us what your experience was like.
Well, we hit the day prior just at a park, and really it was just, business as usual. We got to the park early, had to get through all the security. They put us back in the press room, and there's guys who've done this before, so I'm not, obviously not speaking to them, but it started getting, I started getting a little bit. I don't think it's nervous. I think it's antsy, just wanting to get at it and go. But we kind of held back there for a while. So it was good, though, because you really get to talk to all the guys involved. And, people are welcome to have their opinion. I want to say, first and foremost, that's a big-ass field.
Yeah, it is.
That is a big field.
Johnny, what was it? It was down left field line was 345?
345, but here's the thing. It's a 14-foot fence.
Shoot.
So it makes it like 355.
At least.
Yeah, and we ran into some of the players before, and they were like, y'all know this is a pitcher's park. The ball don't go well here. We were like, oh, okay, great. Thanks for the, whatever.
You said players. Did you guys actually get to run into some baseball players? Or
yeah, there was a few of the pitchers out there early.
Nice.
Listen, I'll say this. All the people at the stadium were great. Camera guy was great. After I went up to the stands to get Nicole, and probably ran into 30, 35 people, and, they were great. I mean, our expectations are probably a lot higher than what they understand, but it was very entertaining for them. And at the end of the day, that's really what it is. It's a show. So, you want to hit as many as you can hit, but the reality is you want to hit some a long ways, you know. So it's so impressive, and I don't think people really understand. You had two guys there that were 70 years old and actually hit it out. And I
Wow.
know to some people that's kind of boring, and you know, again, it's opinion. But when you get around that and understand that those guys were 71 years old and hitting the ball like that, it's on for me. That's I have all the respect in the world for that. That's so impressive, you know,
Absolutely.
to be
Yeah.
able
I
to
mean,
do
that's,
that.
and Johnny, down left field line. What was it down left field line?
I don't know. I think it was 335 in the high fence, which would make it 345, something like that. I
Got it.
think I'm not exactly. I mean, the thing is you kind of forget all that, man. The first two balls I hit, I thought I was going to go into this and kind of with some kind of strategy. And the first two balls I hit, I kind of try to hit higher pitches and spin them and just, you know, about 80%, just be consistent. Yeah, and I was 10 feet, 15 feet from the fence. And I was
Wow.
like, yeah, this ain't going to work. So then I just, you know, Bruno was great, man. I mean, you know, there's a lot of pressure on the pitcher, you know, and you know, I don't know if anybody noticed this, and I'm not taking away from those other guys. They're phenomenal hitters, but we hit before the game. So we had a time limit that we had to hit in and get out. And if someone went over time, then it shortened the time for the guy behind them. And then you got guys who are pitching who are trying to throw strikes, but they have to because in your mind
Wow.
you don't really know what 2 minutes is, you
And
know.
the whole time you guys are getting timed, and you got 15 pitches to hit.
Well, you can only let two go, but you just don't know the time thing. You know, it's not like you get to stand and wait on your pitch or slow it down and like that. You just, you know, I just told him to flatten it out, throw it in, and I just do the best I could do. So it worked out. I mean, and you know, I think there's a lot of variables in all of that. I mean, I know a lot of people look at it and it's like, man, that's I could do this, and granted, I welcome anybody to do it, but it's different when you know, and no excuses, but you have the variables of the pitcher being nervous, and you're a little
Right.
antsy because you realize it's
Right.
harder than you thought, and you know, you just got to kind of pull it all together and make it work. But a lot of respect. I mean, it's you know, Jeff and Mark, they've put this together, and I applaud them for sticking with the senior side of it because you know I think they probably catch a lot in their ear telling them that you know don't waste your time with the seniors. Well, I can tell you that that's not true. I'm sure the senior part's going to evolve. There's going to be some big hitters at that 50 to 55 mark come through there, and it's going to be impressive, you know. I mean, I think if I could go back and do it over, could I hit more? Yeah, I could probably hit a couple more just because I learned from it and understand it better. But you know,
Right.
I felt like in that moment I did the best I could do, and I probably hit three balls that I thought was going to go out, but they knuckled and just dive bombed toward the fence. And then you had a couple that pitches I probably wouldn't have swung at, but didn't really have a choice. So you know, that,
Jared T. Bop said, "What's up, JD?"
what's up, man? But I mean, here's the point of this. You have some guys there. We could go back and do it again, and they could hit nine. Brandon
Hmm.
Murray, you know, he could have hit eight or nine. If he could have got tied in with the pitching and got comfortable, he could have hit eight, nine, 10. I mean, he hit one that cleared the Budweiser sign there, which is just ridiculous. And then JD was, you know, he's consistent. He got a little rushed, and I know how JD likes to hit. He likes to get set and take a swing, get set, you know. So I think we were all a little bit out of our norm. You know, there's some other guys, Witt, um, Ligmore, the big guy from California, dude. That guy's enormous, but they were all capable of winning. You know, everybody was. I think everybody just, you know, they just didn't really have a comfort to it. But it's a blast, man. It's an absolute blast.
Johnny, how many? What was the magic number to win it?
I had 6.
6.
Yeah,
That's
that's a,
that's
again.
still. I mean,
Again, I will tell you that's a big field.
oh yeah,
I mean, and we've hit
definitely.
in fields. We have a field up in North Carolina that sims, and for right field, the wind kind of blows in. It's 330, 370, and 400. And I'm used to this. To me, it was farther than that. I mean,
Oh
the
wow.
ball just didn't carry the same way. You had to absolutely get into it. You had to hit it.
Yep, I
You know,
remember Sims Field.
and that, well, yeah, you do. And that might be different for other people. I mean, I don't have the size. I mean, I'm 200 pounds, 220 now. So I'm not, I'm about 20 pounds lighter than norm, which I like to play softball, but it's just different.
Yeah,
It's different. It's different when you concede some weight, and you
right.
still have to create the distance. But I have, you know, had a great time with all those guys. Can't say enough of them about them. They're all great guys. They were all encouraging one another. I mean, I think if people look at it like a competition, for us, it really isn't. We were all pushing to see each other do well. You want to put on a show, and you wanted to see, your brothers there do well. And man, it was a blast with those guys. Some really, really cool people, some really nice guys. And like I said again, to Mark and Jeff for, you know, bringing this back and recreating it. And you've been around them. I mean, props out to them, man. You know,
Yeah.
and I want to see it. I want to see it do well, and I believe it is doing well. Like I said, 99% of everything I heard was positive. So that was a good
Yeah, I
thing.
was watching. Well, Jeff had. I think Jeff had. No, what he did was it his phone that he had?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it was his phone because I know he used somebody else's phone on the conference guys.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, and just watching him do it, and shit, I got excited, dude. And then you could see the people coming in too. So I mean, you guys had a pretty good sized crowd there as well, right?
Yeah, it was, there was probably, I don't know, by the time we were getting finished, probably, well, the stadium was getting full, so there was probably 10 or 12,000 people there. I mean, but when I was leaving, I had to get back to Jacksonville, so I mean, there was probably 20,000 people still coming in. I mean, it was
Wow.
packed. I mean, they were all still coming in. And I think too, from what they told me, the next time we do it, they want to do it after the game, right before the fireworks. That way we're not pressing like that. But yeah, it's an absolute. I mean, it's kind of a bucket list thing, man. Everybody kind of, inside. I think everybody at some point wants to hit on a stadium just to see, what you can do.
Yeah, how you can compare? Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's again, it's
Johnny, straight away, how far was it? It was like what was it, 410 or something like that?
yeah, man, it's forever. And that's like a dead for something, dude. I mean, again, Brandon, and God bless him, dude. He got a little. He was getting pitched a little heavy. He backed off the plate and started hitting them just a little bit right of dead center, and he hit a couple out dead center. And I was like, wow.
Wow.
I wasn't even gonna try it. I like to hit the ball the other way. I mean, I do,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
can hit it a good ways the other way. I wasn't even gonna try it because I was seeing
Well,
balls just dying out there at like the 380 mark. They were
yeah.
just dying, dude.
And also, you have to understand also, we're in Florida. I mean, heavy air,
Well,
humidity.
I'll say this: the balls are amazing. That 650 ball is amazing. The only catch with it is if you hit it too good, like three or four balls I hit, it'll take off really good, and if it knuckles, it just dives.
Yeah.
And I had that same problem when we hit up in North Carolina, but you've got to spin it.
Yep.
And if you spin it, it'll go. I mean, you saw there was one or two I got in the upper deck, man. It jumps. But
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be on it, man.
What's up, Michael Whitfield? Michael Whitfield just joined us.
Oh yeah, Witty, man. That guy's awesome. He hits the
Good
shit out
guy.
of it too.
Yep.
He hits the piss out of it, man.
Yeah, good old Wady. We had a conversation after that, and like you said, Johnny, everybody was a little excited, and watching Witty in the batter's box, he was jumping around. I was telling him, I was like, bro, you was jumping around in the batter's box and everything. Uh, and you could tell, people were excited and everything. And I think that, like you said, Johnny, once you get a little bit more comfortable, there's going to be some people hitting some real bombs. This is kind of a new thing that they're doing right now, and but again, it's awesome to be there hitting in front of a crowd that big, especially if you guys are doing it after the baseball game. Holy smokes! Uh, I'd be nervous just out there pitching, you know.
Well,
Um,
and that's the thing. It's the pitching part is difficult, and I don't want to take anything away from the young guys. I have mad respect for them, man. There's those guys just kill it. I mean, they kill it.
mhm.
But and I'm not making any kind of comparison because obviously I know they hit the ball better, but they're going to hit in Miami. I think next year. I know for sure they are. I'm just anxious just to see them. I'm anxious to see how they do in that bigger field because I think the seniors are going to go to Houston and get to hit in a little smaller, field, which is good.
Are you talking about
So
the Astrodome?
I'm talking no Houston, the little Houston Stadium, the Astro
Okay,
Stadium.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the bigger those stadiums get, it's hard to hit as many. But now, granted, you've got guys, man, who just there's several of those guys, those younger guys, man. You know, that's some next level.
Isn't
You
it
know,
uh isn't it Boston that has the big wall?
mm-hmm. Fenway.
That Yeah, that'd be interesting to go out there and see. I'm
Yeah,
not sure what the depth is of it though, but that'd be kind of cool, I mean, be able to hit one over that thing.
yeah. I don't know. I know it's a huge field in right field though, so I don't really want nothing to do with that. I mean, I'd like to do it, but
Right.
you just kind of. Well, I mean, you remember Fuse when we
Yeah.
hit North Carolina,
Yeah.
330 down the line in right field. It's what is it, 310, three
Yeah.
fifteen
Yeah.
in left field. I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from it, but you understand as that field starts walking out, it gets deeper quicker. But
Yeah.
but luckily in those fields the ball carries well. But yeah, it was an experience. I mean, I think the big
What's
thing
up,
too
Tyler
is
Mashburn? Tyler Mashburn says we'll try to get that on the schedule for next year.
I really want to see those guys hit in Miami. I do. I'm anxious to watch it, and I want to see them do well. I mean, I
Yeah.
know they can do well,
Yeah.
but I mean, at the end of the day, all you're trying to really do is put on a show. You
Uh-huh.
really are trying to get the oohs and the ahs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I
Oh
and I
yeah.
know that next time we do it, we're going to we'll do better. But I mean, like I said, that was an experience. It was just a little different, you know. So,
Yeah, I mean, you could tell the crowd was into it. I mean, I'd hear them. You could hear them cheering.
oh yeah, yeah, there were the fans were great, man. I mean, you just want to do more for them, and then you connect with these guys that you're hanging out with them, and you find
Right.
out you didn't really know them, and you find out that they're just super cool dudes, and then you find yourself pulling for everybody. You
Yeah.
know, it's almost like you don't want to win. You want everybody to end up with the same number because you're like, damn, man, this guy's cool, man, and I want to
Yeah.
see him
Yeah.
do good. So,
Right.
but what it is, man, it's a great experience. I mean, I can't say thanks enough, and fortunate to be a part of it.
And
Really.
Johnny, I think Jeff said they want to have another one this year in Missouri.
Yeah, I think they have a date. So I think it's like November 14th. I don't know what I can say and can't say, but I think they've
Michael
got a
Whit
date.
Michael Whitfield said, "Bro, we couldn't fart." He said the dogs were on us. He said, "There's a lot of rules."
Listen, bro, when Jeff walks in the stadium and goes, "Man, this is a big field," you know, it's like, yeah, it's a big field. But
Uh,
they haven't put the video out yet. I mean, I think they're getting it done, or it'll be done, finished, and it's a much bigger video. So I'm excited to see that. But like I said, man, it's cool to get to do the hitting. It's cool to be a part of that. But what's even better is you form friendships with these guys, man, and that's kind of what you take away from it, and that's got to be the coolest part of it, you know.
yeah,
Because
definitely. I mean,
a lot of these guys, I knew who they were. I didn't really know them, and through it, I got to know them all a lot better.
yeah. I
So it
wish I
was
was there because I pretty much knew everybody that was there, and that'd have been a blast. Um,
fun.
yeah. So, well, I know Jeff. Jeff had called me after that, and we were talking, and he said he wants to do one out in Vegas, possibly in November. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, we'll
I
see.
can't again. I can't speak to Jeff and Mark and what they're doing. I mean, they got all that down, you know.
Hmm.
But all I can say is I can speak to the event and everything, and it's awesome. It really is.
So, Johnny, are you going to be part if they go in Missouri? Are you going to be part of that?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Good.
I believe that's a
Good.
little smaller field, so I'm excited about that.
And now in Missouri, where is that? Where are you guys? Do you know where you're going to be hitting at?
So I think obviously it's not the Cardinal Stadium, but I think it's a double A field or something. I
Okay,
don't know all the details. I heard some of it. I was told some of it, and I just was told they had a date, but I honestly don't want to speak out of turn because I don't know the absolutes about everything and all the coordination and stuff like that. So
got it.
um, that's, tentatively that's what I heard. But yeah, I went out and hit today, and obviously we play next week in Vegas, so totally changing the swing and working on things to get the ball down and keep it down, and it's a little bit of a challenge now.
That's okay, Johnny. You can hit them all out you want every time
Yeah,
you're up.
right. Yeah, I
I,
need to hit 11th is what I
I
need to
I
do.
encourage you.
Yeah, right. Nah, I'll get it worked out.
You know, what's
No,
funny, Johnny, is it's funny. What are the odds that we square off first game? I think it's the Friday. I think we got you first game, Juno. I
we
believe at
do?
1:30.
Oh shit.
One, yeah. So we get to square off right away, and then we get to square off with our buddies out of Homeworks out of Texas, which
Well, let me say this. Anybody who's in Vegas on the first, I'm going to play PGA course in Vegas. So if anybody wants to play or is going to be out there, let me know because I'm going to play Wednesday morning.
there you go.
So
We'll be in Wednesday night, I believe.
yeah,
Michael Whitfield says, "Is Johnny pitching?"
hell to the no, I'm not pitching. Not going to happen, brother.
Yeah. I was hoping not to even play at Worlds. I was going to just coach, but I think I went
Uh,
from the bench to the starting position now. So you might see me out there pitching.
no, when it comes to pitching, I'm 55 now, and I can tell you my brain has evolved and taught me the last time I pitched that I was very uncomfortable. I don't need to be pitching. I just don't. You know this, and I know this.
Mhm.
When you pitch, you pitch. When you're uncomfortable pitching, you don't need to be pitching.
No, you need to get out of there because you're going to get hurt.
Yep. And I don't need to get hurt.
Well, Johnny, I can tell you that the weather forecast is between 88 and 90 degrees for the whole, 7 days we're there? No,
I
I
ain't gonna
mean,
know. I
five.
ain't even gonna know how to act with that because the last time I was there was 114.
Right, that part.
And, and literally when I got home, no exaggeration, I ended up in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Well, so did Mario. So did Mario Foster.
I'm telling you, dude, that weather is crazy out there, and I already don't like it because it like dries you out. So see if we
Yeah.
can do it a little better this time.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So, well, what's going on is it's monsoon season over here in the down there in Mexico area, and we're getting a lot of clouds coming up this way, which we normally don't. We normally have a pretty dry summer, but we actually had a little rain not too long ago. What's up, Curtis Day? And we're getting these weird storms coming through. And so, in fact, today, while they were playing the East West game in the 40 Major Plus, it was front row against Onyx. They had a hailstorm and a rainstorm pop up in the middle of the game.
I have to bring my umbrella.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
So, but it was probably still 90, 95 degrees. I think it's a little hotter this weekend up there. I think it's like 96 or something like
yeah,
that. But each session that we've had so far on SSUSA, the field's been has been delayed because of the rain.
yeah, yeah.
So,
And I wanted to say this too. I mean, I'm sorry I didn't say it earlier, but with
what's up, Brandon Murray?
the
Go
long
ahead,
haul
Johnny.
bomber
Sorry.
thing, I know it's going to be bigger next year. I think there'll be more opportunity for more people, and you know, like I said, this was kind of out the starting gates for the seniors and whatnot. But like I said, dude, anybody was more than capable of winning. I was actually, my money was kind of on Brandon. I mean, like I said, I mean, you know how ridiculous he hits the ball. You know, um,
Brandon says JD hit one way up in the upper deck, straight pow pow patch.
yeah, yeah. Says the man who hit one over the Budweiser sign out there where the neighbors were. Dude, that's a
Wow,
I mean,
that's a bomb.
it's fun. Like I said, though, you really want to see, everyone do well, but it is an experience, and I look forward to the next one. I'm pretty sure it's going to be different for some of these guys. I think they'll even, I mean, I think they're going to do much better, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Johnny, the more comfortable you get with being there and doing that and being around the guys, it more comfortable it is. Guess who just popped on?
there, there's that damn monster.
The ball headed man. I'm up here in
Sasquatch.
my Airbnb. I'm in Vegas already, man.
Oh, you are. There you
Well, I
go.
got
What?
here. Me and Jaeger got up here. Took a little time. Want to get up here, get acclimated. A little free time. Use this for my mini vacation of the year. So I don't ever take no time off. You know that, Johnny. I'm working,
Hey,
working, working, and workouts
hey,
about all I do.
let me tell you this little story about Brandon and me and him into Vegas when we were in Vegas last time. So I think I was already there. He gets in town, and the first thing he says is he goes, "Where's the gym?" And I said, I don't know, bro. He said, "We got to find
I
a
said,
gym."
"You going, cuz we going to the
I said,
gym."
"Yeah, bro,
Yes.
I'm going. I'm going. Let's go." We find a
Yeah.
gym. They give us like this big gym. They give us this daily membership, and
Yeah.
me and him working, man. We're pushing sleds. We're doing everything, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for a contest here, man.
Yeah.
So we get over there to the dead rack and
Power rack. I know he's talking
power.
about power rack. We're in a power rack.
Yes, homeboy just takes a truck and just snatches it up, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
I was working
bro.
on some hang cleans,
I was
JB.
like, bro, hey, I'm gonna be over there. So I'll come back. I'll get a few sets in over here. I'll
Yeah.
come back. So I did, and I come back. Homeboy has the equivalent of a softball crowd around him. And I'm like,
It
yeah,
was
look
funny.
at him, look at him.
It was
And I,
crazy,
I walked up
man.
to some guy and
Hey,
well, I go, Brandon, do it, Brandon. And he was like, oh, you
yeah.
know him? I'm like, yeah, that's my gay lover.
Oh
And,
shit.
and the guy just dropped his jaw. And I said,
Like
bro, I'm
shit
kidding.
no.
I said, I'm kidding, bro. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
He's
But no,
kidding.
dude, I mean, he literally had 15 people standing around him. I've
It's
never seen that
crazy.
in the gym. And I'm just like, man, this guy here.
Neither did I. I was just over doing some hang cleans. I had about
Yeah,
275 just doing some hang cleans. Ain't crazy
yeah,
weight. Greg Hartwick throws 405 around like it ain't nothing here. I'm just doing
yeah. But
275.
Greg Hartwick is not even close to the norm.
No,
Don't
Greg's
put that
not.
guy in the
Greg is the
conversation.
half percenters of the half percenters of the half percenters. So
He is the 0.0001%. Actually,
on the
it's just
on the
him.
on the planet, dude, on the
Yeah,
planet, just not America.
yeah.
It's insane how strong he is, and he does it
Uh,
raw, no straps.
No,
Michael
he's.
Whitfield. Michael Whitfield said, "Me and Brandon was killing it in BP."
Oh
Oh
yeah,
hell yeah, they were. They had everybody in the hood after us. They were
yeah,
hitting it
they
out
had
of the
one
park
dude.
over there in the convenience store and down the road on people's cars, and I had people coming up to the fence. La, 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 la. I didn't know
Oh,
what
Oh
the
they were
hell they were
shit!
pissed.
saying.
Oh
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't know. I didn't know what they
yeah,
were saying. I was like, yes sir, yes
yeah,
sir.
yeah.
no! Ah, had some people a little teed off over there, don't you?
Dude,
Yeah, they were pissed,
I mean,
man.
we were lucky they didn't hit one of the cars.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were
Oh
hitting the shit
man,
out of BP, man, killing it.
they
yeah.
might have
That
had
two
some
minute
bullets
thing,
flying.
Jeb, that 2 minute thing was, it was a little bit. It's like the old saying goes, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Does that make sense?
That
You
makes
Yeah,
feel a little
sense to
rush,
me.
rush, rush, but
right.
like I said, for that event, I give Johnny credit. He really put on a show there. It was. And there's a lot of pressure on the pitching, man. It's brutal in such a short window to back up what he's saying, and you feel a little bit quick. And I don't like to feel quick with my swing because sometimes Johnny knows this more than anybody. If I start rolling the damn thing, my top hand starts rolling, and I got a little case of the top overs a little bit for me. No excuses at all whatsoever. That's
Mhm.
on me. Um, but I did hit a couple good ones, some far ones.
You
So I did
did.
hit some crowd pleasers, which was what you're sensing there to do. I'd like to hit.
I,
My number was 9 in my head, and I
I'll
didn't.
just
I
say
didn't
this:
touch it.
you can go out and hit all the BP you want because we
Correct.
did. And I mean, when I say balls out of the neighborhood,
Yeah.
I I actually hit one out of the neighborhood,
Yeah, he did.
and everybody was just destroying it.
Yeah.
You walk in that park, and the first one you hit, it's 15 foot short of the fence. Your ass puckers, and you're just like, wait, I got to rethink this, you know.
It's
And you did. I had to
fun.
put it on my hip. I told him to flatten it out and just swing and just go, you know. I wasn't hitting the
Wow.
high pitch well, you know, and that's the hard part too with that higher pitch. If you get too heavy with it, it
It's
kills you.
yeah. That's what it gets you a little bit. It's coming through your eyes essentially like this
Mhm.
instead of coming down. So
Well,
coming down is not an issue. Coming through it is sometimes.
Yeah.
hopefully I will be able to get out there and pitch to you guys, and you guys can have a real,
Absolutely.
I can adjust to any kind of pitches you want. So,
Well, I
You
mean,
are you
again,
playing
though,
this
you know,
weekend, Bub? You back?
yeah, yeah, I'll be out there this weekend. I
So
was
I
just
I
talking to,
heard you and y'all and Johnny play each other.
yeah, we square off against each other first game.
I hope we got a breather because I'm gonna watch that one.
come on.
We got Stadium and Harris, Derek Warren and
Okay,
them.
Oh, okay,
okay,
yeah,
That's our
yeah,
first two.
you guys got a
yeah,
good draw.
So
yeah.
Harris is tough. Derek's always tough, man. So I
They
don't.
are tough.
Stadium's always tough, man. So man, I tell you this much. I saw the 16 teams. That's pretty cool to have. Kind of has like when I saw 16, the number 16. Johnny, you know where I'm going with this. It felt kind of like an old school men's major World Series back in the day where 16,
Yeah,
you got 16 in, one plays 16, so forth, so forth. When I saw it, I was like,
Yep,
it's got a cool little vibe like that. So
yep.
that's what I thought
Here's
of.
the thing. And I'll just say this about all that. I wish SSUSA would free this shit up where you could get more sponsors involved, where you could
Yeah.
get those 16 teams together in tournaments and not just
Yeah,
one tournament, you
right.
It'd
know,
be
because
great.
that's what sucks is over here, you're playing the same 3 or 4 teams. Over there, I'm sure they're doing the same thing. And in the middle, they have to go one way or the other. But I mean, it would be great if, you know, when you're connecting a state and you have 4 frees, and then you got to find that one sponsor who fits there's not a lot of them.
See,
There's
I wish
really
they would
not.
do something with the senior Smoky and make
Oh
it.
shit, dude!
That's
Don't get me
because
started on it.
everybody knows and are from our it's the granddaddy. And I wish they'd
How do you
exempt
make
that
that
rule.
6 damn home runs?
It's
Come on.
terrible. It's terrible.
No,
I
as long as
mean,
it's ISA, I'll never go back.
I know
Never,
it's terrible. It's
never.
horrible.
That's
I'm like,
not
come
that's
on,
not the
man.
Smoky. That has nothing to
No.
do with the Smoky. My first time I played Smokies was in '95. I'll never
Yeah.
forget it because Carl Rose just about took my head off. But I mean, and we took an ass
Great
whipping.
one,
But
bless his heart. One of the best, dude. Carl was.
yeah, man. And the thing is as long as I've played softball, even senior ball, my last year with Suncoast, that was the last year I played with Suncoast, we played that tournament. There was 8 major plus teams in there. And I think, Brandon, that was a year before you came back. But there was
Yeah.
8 major plus teams in there. That's from California, Texas, and the East Coast. And I mean, it was unlimited. So everybody got to, it was a fun tournament. But how this is, man, bullshit. You
Hey,
know,
I want to say something real quick while you got me on here, Jim. I ain't using this. Hey, big shout out to Ricky Huggs and his family. Ricky
oh
was a
man,
guy I
yeah.
looked up to a lot in the game, and obviously he passed a couple of days ago or yesterday, I believe.
Yesterday,
And it was yesterday. I was sitting with
yeah,
Christian, and we found out about it. Bless all those folks and all his friends, and everybody keep
yeah.
that guy in their prayers. I don't think people understand. I consider Ricky one of the icons of the game. The dude was unbelievable and just
A
a
lot of
great human
people,
being, man. Prayers
a lot
out
of
to his
people do.
family and friends down there in the Savannah area, man. Just an unbelievable person. The guy was amazing, amazing from
Yeah,
every aspect. Just a great dude, man. So I did want to share that for the world to see, man. Shout out to Ricky and his family.
yeah. That's
Oh
that's
yeah,
really sad. And that guy
Absolutely.
was the guy was next
yeah.
level.
Sorry to
I
hear
look
about
up to
that.
him, bro. My two dudes, I said
Yeah,
it with no doubt, man. Him and man, whew, Frizzy, Dwayne Frizzell. Sorry about that.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well,
That's sad, man.
well,
I
essentially we're one big family, so
ain't no doubt.
yeah.
we're all brothers and sisters, whether we know each other or not. So yeah, definitely prayers go out to him and his family and the other gentleman that you mentioned as well.
Big
Yeah,
shout
if you
out to
didn't know
JD
who he
for winning that
was,
thing down there in Florida too, man. Hey, listen, I'm serious, JB. It wasn't easy. No, it was not easy, man. I'm telling you, he did a good job down there, man. It was a cool event, man. And I
that's
piggyback
fun.
off what he said, man. Hats off to Mark and Jeff to get those guys going. And those 70-year-olds, man, it gives you when you see them
Oh,
older guys hitting softballs in that venue. I swear, dude, it will give you goosebumps like you've never seen. It's
I,
crazy.
I,
It's all respect to watch
mm,
that. You sit here and go, that is unbelievable. I
and
promise you it is.
here's the crazy thing. They might only hit one, but you don't know how many they hit in the gap right there.
Oh man,
I mean,
it was
it's
just
literally easy 365, 370 right there where they were hitting them and they were just
Yeah,
stalling out.
yeah.
I personally don't care what anybody says until you do that. And at 71, I'll go back and I'll say this about Rich. I seen him as Sims hitting home runs. I've seen him hitting them everywhere. And the guy, wow, 71 years old and just in a short swing and just boom.
yeah.
He hits it really good.
You
Very
know what?
impressive.
You're right, Johnny. He does have a short swing. I was impressed with that. He. It looks like he brings his bat down and then just goes like this. And I mean,
It's just
geez,
it's yeah,
yeah,
it's impressive, man. I'm
it
again,
is.
a lot of people might not find it impressive, and I'm fine with that. But I got the experience a couple of years ago to see the 80-year-old guys play in Vegas. I mean, you have to really stop and understand what they're doing. And then to see a guy 71 years old, I mean, granted, he hit one home run, but I could tell you there's plenty of people could only hit one home run there. In that
hmm
quick amount of time, it can get in your head and you can flip, man. You can just
oh yeah,
start doing stupid shit. But
yeah,
again, anybody could have won. I might have been fortunate, but I can guarantee you it'll be a different look next time.
yeah.
I'm sure Brandon will come out with a vengeance. I'm certain Brandon will come out
Yeah.
at the Vegas.
2 minutes,
Come
lesson
out and
learned.
murder the ball.
I know
Lesson
him
learned.
I know him way too well, and I think to make it right, I'm going to go pitch to him because
JB, I got
I
so aggravated one time. I was kind of getting a little aggravated at myself a little bit, and I was finally like, "Shit on it, man! I'm gonna hit this out right center field." And they looked at me like, "Are you an idiot? It's a home run."
that's some Johnny shit he pulled. And when
Yeah, I
he
went
went
that way
full
when I
Johnny
hit
on
it.
it, I was
Well,
like, oh
I
shit.
I noticed that Brandon was off the plate a little bit.
He got way off the plate.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even, honestly, man, I went out there and I wouldn't even, Jeff even told me, "Man, you next one." I said, "No, I didn't even pay attention to it. Did not." I just kind of walked out there, kind of got lost in the moment, told old boy to pitch, "Let's go." And I just tapped, look, go. And he was throwing it way out there. And then I look back on it, I can see why now. I was off the
The
plate. I don't stand that far off the plate.
the thing
That's my
is the
fault.
quicker you got to hit, the better it was. The longer you stood over there, your head, your mind, you're watching other people and seeing the ball, and you're just like, oh boy,
Yeah.
mm, mm. You know,
Hmm.
again, Brandon put it best, where you're very uncomfortable, yet you had to get comfortable quick, and
Right.
that's all it was. That's all it
Hmm.
was. I mean, I've hit with Brandon plenty of times, dude. He could hit it out
Absolutely.
anywhere, and just as far as anybody. Again, that's one of those things where usually I'll get near him and just talk to him and tell him to slow it down, because, like he said, he gets those hands get going fast. Yeah, you got to slow it down a
Yep.
little bit. But
Hmm.
listen, man, it's a blast. It really is. It's a one. You know, it's one of those things you kind of check the box and you've done it, and
Yeah.
it's like, wow. You know,
It was
it's
my second
something.
time hitting in the Marlins Stadium. I've done it so long ago. I did it back in the old days when it was at old Joe Robbie Stadium, when that was
Oh
434
shit.
feet to left center, bud. That back when I was a young man, I was like, "Oh, that's a poke, big boy." Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a
Well,
big
Yes.
guys,
deal.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week. We'll all be together.
Yeah.
Uh, Maybe we can get a photo op together, and safe travels, Johnny.
Yeah,
On your
man.
way, making your way out to Vegas. Brandon's already there.
Yeah.
Brandon, don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Brother,
Uh,
if you'd
You'll
have told
find
me
that
that
guy in the
about
gym. You'll
15 years
find him in the
ago,
gym.
Johnny would vouch for this, I'd have said, "All right, brother." But about 10 years ago, things changed. So yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
safe, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
I
good
can tell
Lord
you
clean.
right
Hey, the
now.
good Lord help me clean that up, brother. So we good.
If I wanted to
attaboy.
find, if I went out there and got out there tonight and I wanted to find Brandon, I'd know exactly where to find him. I just run through the gym.
Absolutely,
I'd go to the
Yeah.
absolutely.
gym. I'd find him in a gym. At some point in time, I'd find him in the gym.
Yeah, yeah,
uh, all right,
for sure,
guys. Hey,
brother.
man. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys taking the time and come on and talk a little bit long haul bombers. We'll definitely need to get together again. And I know Missouri is next up on the list,
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
hopefully that pans out. And maybe I might join you guys there. Who knows?
cool. I think it's me and JD. You and that correct? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's Missouri. Yeah, we'll have fun with
Yeah.
it. It's Cardinals
I think
minor league
I,
facility.
I saw November 14th.
I think so.
I,
It's a minor league facility. It's their double
yeah.
A in Springfield, Joplin, Branson area, whatever that is over there.
I
So or
looked
up
up the
there, wherever.
dimensions. The dimensions on that are more like Sims. It's like 330, 360, 400.
Yeah.
So that's far more entertaining.
It's just 400. That's all.
Yeah, I can deal with that a lot better than that other shit, man.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. Well, I'll
Yeah,
see you guys when y'all get here. Both y'all have safe travels.
yeah,
And
man.
Thanks, Brandon.
hey, real quick, I got to go. What time do y'all play y'all's game?
We're at
We're at
1:30.
1:30 and 3 o'clock.
Okay,
Yeah, we're
cool. All
playing
right,
at 1:30
I
and
think
3.
I'm done by then, so I'll stick around and watch a little bit of that. So
All right,
hopefully,
guys.
Sounds good.
happy. See you guys
All right,
All
guys.
right, brothers.
Be
later.
good.
Take care,
Later.
guys.
All right, man.
See you, JD.
Bye.
All right, guys. What a blast, man! What fun! And so our next guest, Ken SCOBEY, will be coming on here shortly, and we're going to be talking a little bit about some mental health. Ken, if you were there, say hi, check in. Um, so I know you're there, and then I can add you on, and I can get the next guest come on. Let's see. Let's see. There he is. Invite, add. All right, adding my man, Mr. Ken SCOBEY. We're going to talk about some mental health, behavioral health, and also talk about his new bat, Anonymous. I think it's called the. I forgot what it was called. I want to say Inception, maybe. But I'll let him speak to you on that. Ken, you out there? Let's see. Ken SCOBEY wants to join your video. Being accepted. That's weird. Accept. Let's see. Hold on a second, guys. Let's see. It says it's adding. There, we'll take that off and then accept. Add. All right, there we go. Adding, adding, adding. What's up, Ron Yeager? What's up, Donnie Hudson? Let's see. Waiting on resilience. There it is. What's up, Jared? Kenny is still trying to add for some reason. Not sure what's going on there. Let's see. See if I can bring Jared on too. I guess I can only invite one person at a time. Ken, are you there? Let's see. I don't know. He might be away from the screen. I don't know. He might be doing something because it's not being accepted. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to get him on. It's adding. I show it adding on my side. So let's see. Let's take that off there. Let's go on here. Let's try it again. Invite. Add. All right, let's go. Let's see. Sorry, guys, trying to add him on. While he's trying to add on, again, Long Haul Bombers, Brandon Murray, Johnny Dykes, both stand-up gentlemen that will be at the World Tournament next weekend in Las Vegas, and we'll all be at the same field all together. I can't wait. We'll get a photo op of Long Haul Bombers. We'll have Brandon Murray there. We'll have Johnny Dykes. We'll have Michael Whitfield there. So, you know what I mean? We're going to have everybody in the house. Let's see. I don't know what's going on or why it won't add him. Accept. Add. Maybe restart your phone, Ken. That's the only thing I can think of. Try to restart your phone. I know I'm good on my end because I just had Johnny and Brandon on. So, and another thing is possibly to check to make sure your Facebook is up to date in your Play Store. But anyways, guys, like I said, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a blast out there at Worlds. Again, I was going to go out there and just be the coach. And, you know, it's never a good idea to go to Worlds without a backup quarterback. I don't know why Candace it's not wanting to. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why it's not adding Ken. It's trying to get you on, but it's not. So I'm going to talk a little bit about SSUSA until we're able to get Ken on and let you guys know how many teams there are. So before I get into this and dive into this part, SSUSA is a good sanction. They do run good softball tournaments, everything. They are the team to get a world tournament ring in, and that's what everybody's after, right? So basically, I don't know what's going on, Kim, but it for some reason will not add you. I don't know why. But so let's just say that this is kind of like, like a big brother that's upset with his sister, and we're gonna have that talk. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing like malicious or nothing that I'm against or anything like that. Um, but there's some things that need to be pointed out. And then there's some concerns that I have on some of the emails that FSUSA put out. And I'm going to read them live. So, first issue concern I have is the scoring updates. Now, if SSUSA or USSSA is able to do the scoring updates, why can't SSUSA do the scoring updates? I mean, we got 666 teams. Let me see if Curtis connection failed. Let me see if my man Curtis Day is on here, because I know Curtis Day. Let's see if Curtis Day. Curtis Day, you out there? Nope. I don't see Curtis Day out there at all. Damn, let me see. Ken SCOBEY. Try to get him on here. Trying to add you, brother, but I don't know what's going on. Not sure what's going on. But anyways, we need to be able to add scores. We need to be able to update the scores somehow. You know what I'm saying? So people can actually see what's going on. You know, those of us that, pay the fees, the player fees and all that every year, we should get something for it, right? I mean, the player fees are for, like, to keep the site up to date, right? Or maybe I need a policy on what does my player fees go towards, maybe a breakdown. And maybe yeah, exactly, Mark. Session 2 scoring was pathetic. So I'm going to put this out there and let you guys know that taking a picture of the bracket is not considered an update, all right? Half the time you can't even read that shit. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on, but we got to be able to update the scores. Simple process. It's a simple hack, and you guys get all the scores. The games are over mostly, for the most part, by 5 o'clock, at least the senior side of it. So we should be able to have somebody on those scores, updating scores as we go. You got several directors out there at the field, so somebody should be able to take control and do that. And let's see, trying to get my man, trying to get SCOBEY on, but let's see. There he is. All right, let's see if we can add him this time. Kind of weird how I'm not able to add him. I don't normally have that issues adding people, so kind of weird. I'm perplexed. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on, but unfortunately, Ken, we may have to postpone this part of the segment of the show and figure out what's going on, and then we can come on again maybe Sunday night or Saturday night. We'll have to figure that out. But if we can't get Ken on tonight, we'll plan on doing this another night, and he can just have the whole show, and we'll just do the whole show, mental health awareness. And I have no problems with that. But I definitely want to give a shout out to my boy. But anyways, so the first issue is we got to be able to update the scores. We have 666 teams. That's kind of a bad number, but we couldn't add one team or drop one team. So we got 666 teams, $840 a pop. Which is $559,000. Okay. Now I was told that there's a player registration team fee or something like that. Curtis Day, threw it out to me, and so he said that Curtis Day said that there'll be another. It's another like almost 100,000 more with the player fees and with the team fees and all that good stuff. So anyways, we got to be able to at least find somebody out there that can update the scores. We SMC lost to Tight Elite and beat Supreme. Play cheat suits tomorrow morning. All right, good luck, guys. Check request. Yeah, I did. I got you adding on right now, Ken. It says up here at the top, adding you. So, which tells me that anytime it's adding somebody, that it's supposed to send out a thing asking you if you want to join the live feed. Now, if you're not seeing that, then there's an issue with Facebook, obviously, that's not allowing that to happen. But on my end, I got you adding. It's like now it just went off. Connection failed. So try. The only thing I can think of is go to your Play Store, make sure you have the update of the app. If not, turn your phone off, turn it back on. But it's odd that it's not coming in like that. Strange. So the next issue I have is, we already know we're going to get a lot of teams going to this world tournament, okay? So this is something we already know. And so for the last, 5 years, 50s Major Plus has always ended on Saturday night, okay? When we won the Triple Crown, it ended on Saturday night. Last year, when Mario Foster's team played Suncoast, it ended on Saturday night. So this year we have 4 more teams than last year. So because we have 4 more teams, right? All right, let me try to add Ken again. Trying to add him again. But we had, oh shit, it took him off real quick. What happened there? Huh. And so we have 4 more teams this year, and because we have 4 more teams, we're going to go into Sunday, late Sunday. Yeah, you're right, Michael. Scobey's playing hard to get. So we're going into late Sunday, and when I mean late Sunday, it's 2 p.m. Sunday, okay? And if it goes to the if game, you're not going to be able to get out of that park until, let's see, 3 hours, 5 o'clock. So we're looking at almost 6 o'clock before anybody will be able to leave that park. Okay, on a Sunday. So that means that not only are you going to fly in on Wednesday night, right? Because you got to be there for Thursday's games, but you got to be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. What the? Like, holy shit. This is probably going to be, I guarantee you for the sponsors, it's going to be probably the most expensive tournament of the year, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because, Ken, don't worry, we'll figure it out. What we'll do is we'll figure the issue out. We'll have your own show, and we'll do the whole segment for your mental health awareness. I have no problem doing that. And then we can get it all lined up. Perfectly okay with that. But now we got, yeah, exactly. Red-eye flights will be smelly. You're absolutely correct, Ron. I mean, come on, guys. Like, there's 16 teams in this bracket. I understand that you have brackets with 34 to 36 teams in those brackets. Have those teams play late into Sunday and get the smaller bracket teams, 16 and under, in and out. You know what I'm saying? Because you're basically holding everybody hostage for a week almost, really. And people have jobs and people work, and that's going to come into play. That's going to come into play after I read what I have to read. And it's a statement from a regional director from SSUSA. And it's in reference to a team asking about, are we going to be playing on Sunday? Okay. Now, they just released all this out this week. Okay. It all got released out this week as far as the date, some of it, not all of it. It hasn't all been released. Yeah. So you got 12 and 40 major plus. It's always a 3-day, Steve, unfortunately. But yeah, so 50 major has 67 teams. Okay, so let's get the smaller bracket teams in and out. You know what I'm saying? And oh my God, dude, we're going to be there for a full week. So how many teams do you think had to scramble to get another night in Vegas on a Sunday night, right? Because it's costing everybody thousands of. That one move right there cost teams a lot of money to play deep into Sunday. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because everybody is trying to get home on a Sunday, and now we have to spend another night. And if the excuse is, and I'm bringing some of this stuff up because once I read this thing from SSUSA to one of the teams, you're going to understand it. And who cares if the flights are cheaper on Monday? You still got to pay another night of hotel for another 8 rooms or more? How much do you think that's cost? Right. Yeah, that's 4 years, has been 3 days every time. But yeah, could be considered. Yeah, definitely. But for some reason, they always have, they're known for the 3-day tournaments. But I have never in my entire life played a 4-day tournament with just 16 teams. Like, and here's the thing. Some of you may not know this, but in the bracket, okay, in the bracket starts on Friday. If you win, you only play one game on Friday. That's it. You're done. And then you go into the bracket on Saturday. If you win 2 games. You win 2 games. You're done. You come back Sunday and you play 2 more. So I believe 5-0 wins it. 5-0 wins it. So if you can win off 5 straight, you're the winner, the champion. So, 4 days is nuts. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to go over and read the letter. All right, here we go. Now, this is from a regional director, SSUSA, replying to a team that had asked a question about if they were going to play Sunday or why, are we going to play into Sunday? Because generally everybody's trying to fly home on Sunday. So here we go. Specifically asked to schedule Sunday games. That's the heading. So what they're saying is that this person is saying that they've been specifically asked to schedule Sunday games. I'm going to say right now that the guy that probably wrote this probably has blue hair. That's all I'm going to say. But here we go. Yeah, exactly, Ron. Do away with the pool play game and let's get it. So here we go. The headline is specifically asked to schedule Sunday games. The stated, let me just pause that real quick because I want you guys to hear this. The stated reason was that flying on Sunday would be several $1,000s more expensive than flying on Monday. Okay, this is the reasoning. Okay, and so flying on Monday would be cheaper. Someone is impersonating being in authority with your ball club, or members of your ball club are not on the same page with you. For the record, you were not the only team requesting to play on Sunday, so they could have time to enjoy other things to do in Las Vegas. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. With a 3-day tournament, people have an option. With a 3-day tournament ending on a Saturday, we know if you want the option to stay Sunday, then that would be on you, right? You figure out how to stay there on Sunday, and you figure out how to spend more time in Vegas while you're already down there. Whoever talked to this regional guy and requested to play on Sunday is bullshit, okay? There's sponsors out there. I guarantee you that whoever this person is claiming that said that were not sponsors, because now all the sponsors have to pay an extra night in Vegas, right? So, unreal. The larger a division gets, the less likely it is that it will compress into a shorter format. A further complication was the loss of a 6-field facility, Big League Dreams, for this session and the imposition of more local league restrictions. No games allowed to start after 2 p.m. on Friday. That's why everybody plays one game at the facility where the 50 Major Plus is scheduled. Now, this is for the 50 Major Plus. This is strictly for the 50 Major Plus. They're not talking about any other division. They're talking about 50 Major Plus. I'm surprised. Let's see. The tournament has been published. So 2 p.m. the field 50 Major Plus. The tournament has been published as a 4-day event at least 9 months ago. Huh? That no one said that, dude. That's a bull-faced lie. In 9 months, you're telling me that everybody knew that we were going to play in 4 days 9 months ago? Somebody's smoking crack. I'm surprised that everyone on your ball club missed that. So now he's trying to be a little snarky, which is very unprofessional. And I'm kind of like concerned that this actually came from a SSUSA director, regional director at that. This is a 666 team, 2,300 plus games schedule that I suspect may be outside of your skill set to construct. Whoa. I would not be presumptuous enough to tell you how to do your job, nor will I expect you telling me to do mine. What the fuck? Wow, dude. So whoever was on the computer and said that was obviously feeling it. Obviously feeling it. But in no way do you respond that way or should respond that way to anybody that's simply asking a question. I got some concerns about that. Yeah, so that's definitely concerning. So obviously they're feeling some kind of way. But again, there's are things that we need to improve on, and that's one of them. So, anyways, unbelievable. I don't think that guy should be the regional director anymore. I'll take over for free. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ. Let's get somebody in here that actually knows how to speak English and talk to people. You know what I'm saying? little customer service. We're paying you, bro. If we decide not to play SSUSA no more and we went another way, y'all be out of a job. So just remember that, okay? Just remember that. Y'all would be out of a job if we all decided to go a different direction. So, uh, so I'm going to read off the game times and go over the bracket real quick. And the game times look like this. So we got 16 teams in the bracket. We have Ford Barrow out of Florida, which is Ken Scobey and the boys, Brandon Murray and them. Best Prestige Pool, that's us. BPM 50s out of Arizona, that's Kenny Shipley's team. CSD out of New York. Not too sure about those guys. Diablos out of California, they've been around for a minute. Oh, hey,
Tighten up.
what's going on, man?
What's up, bud?
It took it. Hold on a second. There we go. It took a minute. Sorry, brother. I see you're on now.
I guess, bro. I got like 4 screens pulled up, and I don't even know.
I'm not sure what happened. Were you trying to get on from a computer or a phone?
Man, I got an Android. Tighten up.
Ain't nothing wrong with Android. Androids,
I
they
love
work great.
Android. I don't know. I don't know what happened, bro. I don't know. Brandon Murray got on. He hits balls so far. Messed my phone up.
uh, well, glad you made it on, brother.
Man.
Shoot.
Hey, I'm
So,
not mad at you, bro. You're talking about the Thursday night we played one game. No, Friday we played one game. But then now we got to switch all our flights on Sunday because they switched up the bracket.
right.
It's crazy. That's crazy. And there's literally like 3 or 4 teams coming to Florida. You wonder why people on the East Coast don't go west because shit like this is wrong. It's so wrong.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, I just
definitely.
looked up Spirit flights, and now not only do I got to witness work on Thursday and Friday, now I got to miss work on Monday. So that's 3 days off for I don't even know how many teams, Major Plus, not many. So you're gonna tell me I played one game Friday and then I gotta miss work on Monday? It's not right. Dead ass wrong. I don't. There's nothing you're gonna tell me that's gonna explain it.
No.
And we already got our
No.
flights, bro. The deadline was September 2nd or something.
Right.
So why does it take 4 days before a tournament to come out of the bracket?
Yeah, 3 weeks later.
Yeah, because these dudes don't have AI. AI would have came up with a 10-team bracket in 2 seconds. I don't know what the hell took so long. I mean, it's messed
So,
up.
Scobie, you got a bat anonymous was it anonymous, right? Made a new bat
Yes,
for
sir.
you, the resilience.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They made a bet about me just because they felt I was resilient, just the way I came up. Just basically gives me an opportunity to talk and share my story about mental health, suicide awareness, giving back, overcoming. They picked the word resilience, which I thought was, I questioned it at first until I researched what the resilience actually meant. And then I found out resilience means like overcome, take your past and make it something better. Like, so after I researched what resilience really meant, then I was like, damn, that's so much respect, bro. I can't. Michael Vincent literally pegged it when he said resilience. I wouldn't have pegged it on myself, but when he told me that, because he heard my story, then it was kind of like, damn, that means a lot, bro. Like, I didn't realize how much resilience meant until he told me that.
Hmm.
So cool. So cool.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Uh, I'm assuming that's going to be the bat you'll be swinging at Worlds.
Oh, for 100%. It's literally just a balanced anonymous bat. Like literally, he said, "Do you want me to change anything?" I'm like, "Hell no!" Like I
No.
want it to be like the autism bat. I want it to be like the bat, the white bat before that, the gray bat before that. All the balanced anonymous bats fit my swing. So I was like, "No, don't change nothing. I'll be pissed if you change any part of that." Yeah. So it's literally just a balanced anonymous bat.
Good. Awesome. And Are you going to have some to sell, or are they going to be down there? Do they have a trailer down there? Do you know?
Yeah, they have a tent set up right now. It's literally like it's right next to the California Bets iconic tent. I know that.
Okay.
Michael's there now with the 40s. I know that he's gonna have somebody there a little bit for the 50s. He'll be there a couple days. So they're down there. The one thing I love about Vincent is he's not about like he's more about people over profit. Like if he sells bats, cool. If he doesn't, cool. It's not pressure to sell bats and make money, get rich, do fake marketing, do whatever. He's more about just genuine. Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, and I hate to even say this live, but he has generally a solid product. It's going to get overlooked because I push this mental health part. But when you look at the production of the bat, as far as the longevity, the quality of it, how long it lasts, like the production, the miles per hour exit velo, like the distance, obviously hidden with Chef and Marcus and then we hit BP a ton. We hit a ton of bats, and honestly, this bat performed solid. I will never in my heart ever say the best because I think that's a stupid ass gimmick of saying my shit's better than yours. It's really not. So,
Right.
but for my swing, it consistently put up better numbers, better distance, better exit velo. So for my swing, it fit perfect. So, and then once I got to know the brand and what they stood for, which was more about mental health, people giving back, autism, I was like, oh, this is my brand right here. This is a no-brainer for me. No-brainer. So it's been great ever since, to be honest with
That's awesome, Ken. And that's
you.
good for you. So, what time do you guys play? Do you know?
No, I have no idea. I know we play on Thursday 2 games. And I know we have 1 game on Friday, which is an absolute joke. 3 games in 2 days, but whatever.
That's good. Yeah, right. And
It's
Friday we
messed
get
up.
that one game. You
It's
guys get to
messed up.
play Harris.
Sure. When you
Oh,
go to
that's what, right?
Worlds, bro, JBI, you've won a ton of Worlds. I'm not gonna discredit your resume because it's solid. But if you want to get into my ring thing, it's decent too. But at the end of the day, when you go to Vegas, you're playing the best of the best. You better come to play. I don't care who you play. You can play a
That's
church
right.
team. If a
That's
church team's
right.
locked in, they're gonna hit. And they
That's
don't care to
right.
beat you. They have nothing to lose but to beat you. So they're just like swinging. They don't give it. They don't whatever. And then you could go play JK that has Ruley, Baker, Crine, Munger, and they got a loaded up all star team of conference dudes. And at the end of the day, when they're blasting host solos, the outcome might not be what they think. So when you go to Vegas, you better come correct. That's all I'm saying. It could be JV, it could be varsity, whatever you come at. You better treat every game, every inning like it's it. That's the best part about Vegas, to be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you're damn straight, Ken. Um, you know what? There's a few guys that haven't played at the major plus level, and I'm talking. I was talking with them, and I'm saying, playing at this level, you have all the factory players.
I love that.
A lot of these guys, you're going to be facing off with guys that all these guys have bats. They're all veterans.
Yeah.
And every team is solid from top to bottom. It's the all
Yeah.
star, right? I mean,
Amen.
essentially, that's what it is. It's the best. It's the best of the best in the West.
I agree. And to be honest with you, when I came up, I literally had a kid, right? So when I had a kid, I put my kid as a priority over my hobbies. So I literally focused on my son and my daughter because that's just who I am. I chose that life. So at the end of the day, because I chose my kids, well, major plus at the senior level gives me an opportunity to play against the best of the best. And it gives me an opportunity to go back to the conference days of the, early 2000s and see people who you are now versus what you were. So I love the fact of playing the best of the best. I'm major plus to me is like, I mean, it just makes me like compete. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
when you go against the
Yep,
best, you got to compete.
that's
You can't
right.
half-ass shit. You got to pick your team up. Like it's all about us against them. Yeah, to me, major plus it pushes me to be the best. The better I play, the better competition I play, the better I play, the more I care, the more I want my team to care. So to me, major plus is where it's at. It really
It's
is. I know
a
everybody tries to
total.
sandbag. Everybody sandbags as low as they can play. But at the end of the
Yep,
day, but at
it's
the
a
end of the day,
total
if you're not
adrenaline rush.
Oh, right. Especially the pitcher. You can. I've been moved to shortstop. I grew up as a shortstop in the conference years ago. You're probably like, you're back when you're 40. I'm 35. But when I was just coming up the conference, I was a shortstop. And to me, once conference turned into a pump fake in and all that, I was like, man, I want to be a pitcher, bro. Pitcher's where it's at. I could dictate the outcome. I could change a game. I can't do that at shortstop when I get two balls. But I moved to pitcher when I moved to Florida, and they changed that whatever. But then I had kids push me out of the conference. But I just chose to be a father over a softball player. But now, as getting back into softball at the higher level, like I love pitching. I love being in charge of the game. I want to know if I win or lose, it's put on my back. Like I love that adrenaline rush of being the pitcher, the competition part, as
Yeah.
well as you do. I know you get that part. Oh,
Yeah, that's where I
unless
get
you
my
pitch
high.
against Cannell, Hall, Baker, if you've never pitched against Ruley, like Cannell, then you don't know. Like
Yep.
when you get on the mound against those top competition and you're there, every single pitch is important. You really don't know.
Yep.
Everybody gets pissed about the pitcher win MVP, but until you get on the mound and not the physical part alone, backing up for your life, and you're expected to hit 700, and you're backing up for your life and your and everything you do dictates whether you win or lose the game.
That's
The
right.
mental part of that people overlook. And until I became a shortstop to a pitcher, did I ever realize just how important that pitcher spot was mentally,
Oh, without a
mentally,
doubt. I mean,
mentally.
here we go. Here's a perfect example. Mario Foster and them guys were undefeated, and then
Last year,
yeah,
last year.
and he had that heat stroke issue, and they came in second.
Oh
And
yeah, and
and
they beat Suncoast earlier in the tournament.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And that tells you right there that a pitcher is the main, it's the brain. It's the glue that holds everybody together. And if you're a strong pitcher, you're a guy that goes out there and kills it and hits and everything, you people follow your lead.
for sure,
And I've been there, done that. And in
for sure.
2022, bro, I mean, I pitched every game and we won it. And we had the best of the best. We had the Mike Dills, we had the, BPA, we had the, those guys were, in the
Lately.
'50s, and Deluxe Bakeries and
Oh, they're
Suncoasts, and
strong.
we were all battling, and Alan Tanner.
Right.
I mean, all those guys out there. We played, and I enjoyed the reason why I enjoy playing out here on the West Coast is I've got an opportunity to play against the Dennis Ruleys
But
and,
for
and the
sure.
and the Bryson Bakers, and
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you,
Florida, Texas, Georgia, California. If you haven't competed against them, and to be honest
right?
with you, I know this is sad to say, and my son's a college baseball player, but when you hear a scout or a college team say, "Oh, you're from California, you're from Texas, you're from Florida, you're from Georgia," like they look at you way different. I
Hmm.
don't, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because you play year round, if you have an advanced skill level because you play against top competition year round, for whatever reason, when you're in that bracket, and if you look at the bracket right now in California, go ahead and look at the bracket because I know your ass talks trash about the Panama City last year about the U trip, which I don't support U trip as a senior thing nationally. But when you go to the national level and they're like, oh, move it from Panama City, move it to Texas. Texas has two, maybe four teams scheduled for Houston this year. So the West Coast talking all that trash about, oh, move it out of Panama City. There's no flights. Well, they moved it back to Texas, and there's not a good turnout. There's really not. If you check the list of teams going up to Houston, not strong.
Hmm.
There
Well,
should be 10.
I
The
haven't had
level of competition JBI in Texas out west is stupid, and I'm not retarded. I realize the West Coast has a crazy amount of talent. Texas
yeah.
alone should have 5 teams in that tournament.
It's
But
funny, Ken.
I asked our coach, he's like, no, there's 2 teams. I'm not sure if we're going. And then I asked again, he's like, no, there's 4 now. I'm like, oh, wow, 4 teams? You want us to fly to Houston for 4 teams? But then they all hated on playing in Panama City, though.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny when I played in the BSC with 50 degrees. I would hear often people, arguing and stuff, teams going back and forth, and guys would say, "Yeah, well, I'm going to get me some boys out of California and come back up here and beat the shit out of you guys," and stuff. And they used to use that term, and I was like, "What? Oh, okay, I
What?
see how they is." So they
Yeah,
know,
right.
people know West Coast. Those guys can play, and
They
we play
can
year round, just like Florida does,
for
uh,
sure.
and Georgia, and all those guys, and it's just you're absolutely right, Ken. There's a lot of competition, and a guy that's been in the West Coast a long time. I've flown back and played in the Midwest and East Coast, and I'm going to tell you, the game seems to me a little slower.
Oh, for sure.
Out here, the game is definitely Mach speed, and that's what I've noticed as being a player from the West Coast. I mean,
For sure.
everybody has the latest and greatest out here, and everybody can play. I mean, there's some solid players out here. So this
Hey, and
tournament's going to be
when you even get in that major bracket, like the major teams, when you go play major, you're like, God, you guys are so good. But the sad part is, JBIs, they don't have the money or the financial backing to go play major plus. What's major plus means, at least where we live, you have to go to Virginia, you got to go to Dalton, you got to go to Texas, you got to go to Vegas at the end of the year. And Vegas clearly in this situation this year, I played 10 years of senior softball. This is the worst I've ever seen. But you're going to drop a ton of money to go to Vegas. So, as far as sponsoring, that's the problem. There's a ton of
yeah.
major talent. I mean, the major talent in Florida that's playing at Greco this weekend in Florida and Tampa is solid. So solid.
hmm
So
hmm
solid. And when they get bumped to Major Plus, they're going to break up because they don't have a sponsor that's willing to pay the amount of money it takes to play Major Plus. And that's sad. That's so sad.
Yeah,
So
and
sad.
can you imagine? And can you imagine some of those teams, that don't have sponsors that come out and try to play Major Plus, and you run into a
Um,
situation like this where you have to stay another night, you have to
no.
spend another, couple grand. That's what I was explaining earlier. If you got to have a whole team and they got to stay an extra night, that's another what, 8 rooms?
Oh God. And then you throw in the food, the housing, the rental car, the everything that goes involved is so not right. Like everything they're doing about it, and start Thursday. You start Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like it literally takes 4 days to do that. That amount of teams is insane. Like you're literally
Wild.
prolonging it and you give two craps about the people that are coming.
And another issue I got to have is, why aren't we at Royal Grande? Uh,
I don't know.
the
Did they answer that? Did they ever answer that?
No, they're not going to answer that.
Hmm.
But why are you going to put us in
Soccer.
the shitty fields? We know that Sunset is the third worst shitty field in Vegas, and and
Major
someone
Plus should
said,
be the showcase. It should be
well,
the showcase.
someone said, it's fair because they switch fields and they switch it around, they rotate fields and this and that. Let me
No,
tell you something. Nobody hits as hard as Major Plus.
no,
Nobody. And
nobody.
and so you're going to put AAA teams out there, co-ed, women's, whatever out there at Royal Grande, but you're going to have shit dirt fields out there for guys, factory players and stuff hitting gas at these pitchers and players in the infield,
At
and that's,
Walmart
I mean,
parking
it's a
lot.
scary situation. As a pitcher,
Yeah.
I like a Royal Grande because they have like a grass strip that goes from the pitcher's mound to the home plate. It's kind of like a little grassy area, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
that is great. That is an awesome for pitchers and stuff because you can get your feet grounded. You don't have to worry about slipping when you set up and stuff like that. But this is some of the stuff that people don't think about. And
Yeah.
and so what happens if I go to set my foot and I'm sliding already, and then I got a fucking ball coming at me 120 miles an hour. You know what I mean?
You got plenty of time. If you got Brandon Ponder hitting at you, you got plenty of time to set up, bro. Ponder, I see you on there, dog. Hey, I want to know why the best players aren't playing on the best fields. Explain that to me.
Yeah, that's a concern that I have.
If you want to move up and play on the better fields, then move up.
Right.
If you want to get off the JV fields, then move up.
And they say, well, we
But
don't have the better fields, but you play at BLD.
right,
You don't have
that part.
BLD. We don't have BLD the weekend that we're there, but
It's
you have
same.
BLD
Agree.
for everybody else.
I know. I don't know. It's about money for sure. I'll be honest with you though. You were starting to read that little email, but the disrespect out of that's crazy.
Yeah, dude, that was wild. I was like, that's coming from a business?
It's so
Man.
wrong. So
Yeah,
wrong.
something's wrong with that, dude. That's
So
crazy.
wrong. So wrong. Hey,
Uh,
let's get into this mental health, bro. Let's talk about suicide awareness this month.
for sure, brother.
I want to let you know, suicide awareness is 1 month of September, which I think is jacked. But to me, the mental health awareness and a 12-month calendar starts within amongst ourselves. Like we literally need to do a better job of checking on our people. If you know a dude lost his job, you know a dude got divorced, you know a dude can't see his kids anymore. Like we as people need to do a better job of outreaching, communicating, just telling you we're there for you. I mean, suicide is the ultimate like the worst sin you could possibly do, but at the end of the day, it's the mental health piece that leads up to that. That we as a society and a community and a softball community need to do a better job of caring about each other, caring about each other as men. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're left side, right side, whatever. That stuff's all relevant to me. I feel like you should love all people. So I feel like as a society we gotta do better.
Yeah, you know, you're absolutely correct about that, Ken. I always, and a lot of people out there that had any conversations with me at all, I'm always a happy-go-lucky. I love meeting new people. I have good conversations with a lot of people, you know. But there's always those people out there that give you the throwback that that don't like you or have issues with you and everything. And I always treat those people with kindness.
Man, I
And
love that, bro.
I know that, back in the day, we battled a lot with JK and stuff, and I know there's some feelings been hurt between me and JB Bailey, and there's been some tensions going on there with some players and stuff like that. But you know what? I always treat JB with respect. I always have, and I always will, no matter how much they don't like me or how much they hate me or how much they talk about me. I always give them respect.
Your
And I
job is to
think
get
that
JB out. Your job is to get in that game, JB out. When the
that's right.
game's over, they're gonna ask you, "Is JB a good hitter?" You're gonna be like, "Hell yeah, JB's a good hitter." Like
Yeah,
I literally, Daryl Waddy, I love Daryl Waddy. Daryl Waddy to me
great
is
guy.
one of the best 50 and over players.
Yeah.
When you ask me, like people literally in the stands yelling at me for not pitching him, I don't give a shit. I'm walking to you, bro. Like you're literally that good that I'm not pitching to you, and I don't care who yells at me. I'm here to win a game. When the game's over, I'm going to tell you the best player on the team. You know what I'm saying? I played with you for 9 years. I get it. You're so good. I bet in front of you for like probably 6 years. And Daryl Waddy is literally, I mean, I can't express to you anybody in 50 and over I ever want to bet after me other than Daryl Waddy, other than Brandon Murray. But Daryl Waddy to me is like, yeah, I'll walk 3 times. JK's like, oh, you just walked 3 times, so you know hot ass Adidas. I'm like, bro, Darren White's better than any hitter you got. And they literally had Crine, Ruley, Baker. They had an all-star team, right? Darren Whitey's that good. I don't give a shit. Like, that's the best of the best. Yeah, I'm gonna walk for Darren Whitey. I sure will. I sure will.
Yeah, and
There's no,
like I was saying, I'm sorry, Ken. Like I was saying, over the years, I think JB and I have built up a respect for one another, and I feel that we now, in this time of day, we do respect each other. So
That's great. That's
it's a
great.
good
And at the
thing,
end of the day, if you judge you or me off the field based on how we are on the field, that's kind of your fault because you're
right?
looking at me as a player, not
Right.
as a man. You don't know how I
Right.
am as a father. You don't know how I treat my kids. You don't know what I do for a living. You don't know what I do to change my community. You're looking
Yep.
at me trying to compete to win a game. And
That's right.
honestly, like I grew up in Chicago. I grew up a huge Jordan fan. Like Michael Jordan wanted to win at golf, checkers, Connect Four. There's not a game Jordan competed in where you're keeping score. He didn't want to win. So
Hmm.
I didn't have parents, so I looked up to Jordan, and that sounds so weird, I know. But at the end of the day, that competition factor is what raised me to compete. Like I want to compete. And if
Right.
competing means beating you, I'm gonna do what it takes to beat you.
That's right.
And it might not be your best friend. It might not
And
be. Well, But when the
So
game's over for me, the game is over, bro. Like I've moved on so damn fast. I can't express to you how fast I moved on.
and that's the thing because playing me in a game, I play those mental games. You're popping off on the bench, I'm popping off too.
Um,
I'm a little
I'm
different.
so bad at it. I'm
I'm a
so
little
bad at it.
different than most pitchers. When the game gets on the line and there's games where you play respectful and everybody's respectful and the game goes great. But then there's those games
Mhm.
where you got those guys chirping and everything and you're doing your
I'm like,
thing.
what'd you say? What'd you say?
Yeah, and
That's
I
why I love
love
the
it.
circuit, bro. I love the circuit. The circuit, they be talking crazy. And the
Right.
second you pop off something crazy, I'm like, what'd you say? Who said that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then all
Yeah.
of a sudden, I'm like, what'd you say? Because don't make me turn it
Uh-huh.
up. Because you messed up
Uh,
by letting me turn it up a notch. That's where you messed up. So at the end of
yeah.
the day, your best bet is leave me alone.
Right.
Let me pitch, throw you
Yeah.
BP.
So like after the game, man, like you said, I'm that guy again. I'm that great guy, happy go lucky,
Same.
whatever. But when we're in between the lines,
I'm here to win.
that's right. It's mono y mono.
When they take the scoreboard away, then I won't care as much. But if the scoreboard's
Right.
there and there's a competition factor, I don't know why, even at age 50, I can't let go. I'm here to win. That's it. I'm here to get my team better to compete. That's all.
I think exactly, and I think that's why we're all at this level, playing at this level, is because we all like to compete and all like to
Compete,
win. And so,
especially at the highest level. You got that right.
right. And so, well, man, hey, also, on the mental health aspect of it, you're right. You need to check in with your brothers and sisters, making sure everybody's good. If someone's going through a hard time, check in on them. I check in on people, random people, and stuff like that. In fact, I checked in on Dan Marrero because he hurt his shoulder not too long ago, and
Right?
checked in on him and see how he was good. Yeah, we're both pitchers. Yeah, we face off against each other and we play against each other as competitors on the field,
Yep.
but
I still care.
off the field, we're still human beings, and we all need to be treated with respect.
For
And
sure.
that's
For
kind of
sure.
how I always done it. Unfortunately, a couple years ago, I lost my stepbrother to suicide. And that's made, and I'm in mental health. I work in mental health. I run mental health hospitals. I oversee about 40 of them in California, and we were
That's
all
awesome.
doing a transition.
That's
Everything's
great.
transitioning into mental health, behavioral health.
Yes,
Most
sir.
of these are step programs on points to where we can get these people back on the streets and
Right?
helping them through their problems and stuff like that. I work with mental health every day, all day long.
Same.
I just made a video the other day. We're getting ready to open another 78 bed facility up here in Auburn, California, uh,
That's great.
behavioral health. And we just signed a $55 million contract with the state of California. So there's a lot going on in California with mental health, behavioral health, and I am happy and excited to be a part of something that is so incredibly rewarding.
I
I
agree.
enjoy anybody that works in healthcare. You have to love people, right?
For
And
sure.
I love people, and if I can make somebody's day and make them happy, I'm satisfied. When I come home, I'm sleeping good. You know what I'm saying?
For
Because
sure.
I know I spent my day helping Mrs. Sally, uh, whatever, change her
Yeah.
bed,
For sure.
uh, switch out a mattress, fix a call, whatever it is. I'm always there to make them feel comfortable and happy. And I enjoy it, man. I love working on I call it ground zero in mental
All right.
health.
I agree. And when I came up, I grew up with a terrible life and committed suicide, tried to commit suicide a couple of times. Luckily, it didn't come through. But since then, I've worked in a DJJ facility, a mental health hospital, a nonprofit, a profit facility called Care Academy, a nonprofit called Mary Hurst Academy with teenage girls, transitioning into the teaching system, the school system. But overall, like my mental health field has been 20 years solid because to me, I want to help people. I want to change their life. I want to give them opportunity. I want to not only did I overcome, but I want to use what I did to overcome and the resilience I showed to help you overcome and help you get better and help you, give you opportunity and show you the light, be the mentor that I wish I had. That's why I got into teaching. I never had a teacher I said, man, Miss Johnson was the best. Because of Miss
Hmm.
Johnson, I want to be a teacher. That ain't the case. Because I never had Miss Johnson, I was like, damn, I wish I had a teacher cared about me. You know what I'm saying? There was one or two people that cared about me, but other than that, like literally, I wanted an adult to just outreach for me. So that's why I kind of slid in the teaching profession. But I think it's great what you're doing. Mental health to me means so much, so much.
Absolutely, man. It's everything. And like I said, everybody, almost every place in California is turning into mental health, behavioral health.
That's great. That's great.
And
Because moving to Florida, bro, versus Kentucky, Florida's way behind where Kentucky's at. And I'll say that with my chest. I don't care. Kentucky is offering more mental health support, more advocate for child, youth, mental health than Florida. I mean, Florida's a lot of older people. I get it, but when I say I was looking for a part-time job, right? There's very few opportunities to do that. Like I'm literally starting my own kind of like life coaching thing, but other than that, there's not a ton of support for youth and mental health in Florida. There's just not. It's
uh,
sad to be honest with you. Sad.
yeah, that is unfortunate, very unfortunate. Well, Scobie, I ain't gonna lie, I have to use the restroom. um, so where do you go from here? Um, you said that you said you do life coaching as well.
Yes,
So
sir.
is
Yes,
that
sir.
for youth?
Yes, sir. I'm starting right now. Like I've recently been divorced, but now I have a little more time and opportunity. I want to outreach youth more one on one. I feel like all these kids are getting lessons on how to hit, how to catch, how to pitch, but they're not getting that mental health support they need. Parents aren't getting the support they need of how to reach that kid. So with my 20, 30 years experience with youth, like I feel like to me to give back, God's willing that is more to support kids, support parents, more of a life coaching situation outside of work. My son's obviously playing baseball in South Carolina. Anybody knows me knows that because that's
Yeah.
my kids are my home front. But now I got a little extra time. I want to get back to like more of the community part, and obviously like the community piece is huge for me. There's an Iron Sharpens Iron group out of Tampa. They literally just do BP, invite whoever. I love that. Marcus Chef does bat reviews, but Marcus is more than that. Like you might see some bat reviews, but ultimately the dude is about doing community stuff, supporting brands. Like it's more than just softball. So to me, I'm trying to put myself around surrounding people that want to do better in the community, do better to help other people. And I feel like that's what softball brings as a hobby to me. It gives me an opportunity to reach more people, you know.
Absolutely.
So I've been focusing on that. The I want to give a shout out to Iconic, bro. I don't Iconic came out with a suicide prevention bat. I know it's suicide prevention month, but they came out with a bat with Dennis Curry's name on it. But it was basically which he was on here earlier. I don't know if he still is, but it's basically him and his wife are doing their son committed suicide, so they're very passionate about that. I love the fact that Iconic came on and like we need to make a bat in that. I know they came out with so many bats. There's only like 16 left from last I heard. So I love that. This shows me other people are like supporting that movement, you know?
Right.
And I feel like when these brands are like supporting mental health, they support suicide awareness, they support people in general, is somewhat speaks volumes on what your character is, what you stand for. You're just not out trying to sell bats, you know?
Hmm. Absolutely,
I,
man.
I love that. I love that.
Good stuff. Well,
I heard
King,
Iconic combined with California Bats. What you know about
that's right. Yep, they did. They combined with Iconic, and I think they're going to be out there next weekend. So we'll be seeing them. I know Proc's going to be hanging out because I know he's got Michael Whitfield now swinging the California Bat
that? Oh,
Company
does it?
bat, and
That's
so
good.
does Dennis Trump.
I love
Uh,
Croc, bro.
so
Croc is good,
two,
dude.
yeah, so two of his guys will be on our team. So he'll be definitely out there watching those guys play.
Bet. And y'all be out there in 50 Major Plus, right?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
All right, brother. Anything else you'd like to share with the audience?
Man, I'm good. I just want people to be aware of mental health. I know it's Suicide Awareness Month, but please focus on your mental health. Focus on the people you care about's mental health. One thing I want to say is about your kids. Treat your kids teach your kids how to respect other people, how to treat people right. Talk about their feelings. Talk about how they respect other people. Because as a school teacher, a mentor, like everybody cares about mental health when your kids. If you look at the history of people shooting up schools or shooting anybody, like there's a history that goes along where a parent just neglected their kid and let them play on Fortnite and taught them how to shoot an AR-15, and all of a sudden now
Yeah.
they're professional snipers, which is so weird.
Mm-hmm.
I chose to teach my kid how to hit a baseball, and now he's in the SEC playing shortstop. But you could choose how you raise your kid, and what you do to spend your time. Um, and I really feel like focusing on God, focusing on creating a better life, focus on your feelings, whether they're
Amen.
kids or adults. Please focus on your children. I realize mental health, literally they give suicide awareness this month, which is almost over, but I want to emphasize the mental health piece that leads into suicide. um, but basically focus on kids. Even I don't care if you're 4 or 5 years old, you should learn to respect other people. You should respect manners. You should respect, well, when you act like this, you made him feel like this, like you're better than that. Well, let's work on it. Like there's a process in a parenting thing. Instead of blaming the teacher, blaming the other kid, in our society in 2025, we blame everybody but ourselves or our own children. So the self-reflection of I don't, and my kids will tell you, bro. I would love to get my kids on here. They will tell you, I don't care what the other kid did. I care what my kid did. You chose to react to that. You chose to feed into that. You chose this. Like I don't support what that other kid did, but you reacted this kind of way. That's your fault. So I
Mm-hmm.
hold my kids accountable. And I was blessed to raise two wonderful kids. But trust me when I tell you, I wasn't their friend. You know what I'm saying? Too many
Right.
parents are trying to be friends.
Yeah.
You need to be their
Absolutely.
parent. You need to be their parent. You need to teach them how to respect. You need to teach them how to manners. You need to teach them how to care for other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this
Yep.
kid's going through something, teach him, go talk to him, go sit with him at lunch. Like, I encourage my daughter. She's like, oh, I felt bad for this kid. They're sitting by themselves. I'm like, why don't you just go sit with them? That's your
Mm-hmm.
fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like as parents, we need to be more active in our children. And to be honest with you, the suicide rate's stupid. When you get to age 12 to 14, it's literally the number two leading cause of death. But what led up to age 12 is what everybody overlooks. They see them as little kids, so they really don't think whatever. But at the end of the
Right.
day, if that kid doesn't respect themselves, they don't respect other people, they don't respect their parents, it's going to lead to a bad situation when you become a teenager.
Yep.
So that's one thing I want to push. And honestly, the mental health piece, just care about people. Like generally be kind. If you feel like somebody's been through something, reach out. You know what I'm saying? If many people, if you judge me on the field, that's your fault. If you judge me off the field and you got a problem, then we need to talk. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? So I feel like I try to do a good job reaching out to my friends. If you're sick, you're hurt, I know you're going through something, I try to reach out to you. That's my way of being aware. There's too many
Yep.
people say they care about suicide awareness and you ain't doing nothing to support it. There's too many
Right.
people that care that mental health is important. You ain't doing nothing about it. So at the end of the day, you're still self-centered and focused on yourself. I want to see you care about other people. I want to see you reach out to other people. I want to see you pull, somebody aside and say, "Hey, man, let's talk. What's going on? I know I heard you lost your job. Is everything good?" That's all you gotta say, because all it does is
Yeah.
show you care about somebody.
Right.
And that might
Absolutely.
all be all it takes for somebody to be like, "Damn, people care about me." Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's my main thing with mental health, and I'm doing my best. I feel like when my time's over in softball, which is shortly, that I want to be left to know, and it's more than softball. Most people are gonna say I'm a jerk on the field, and I'm cool with that. But you're not gonna challenge my ring collection. but I want to win. I want to be known as a winner. I want to be a winner, a competitor, off the field, great dude. He'd do anything for you. You know, like that's
Yep.
where I'm at. That's
Yep.
what my goal is at. So, but that's basically it, bro. I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate you respecting the fact it's Suicide Awareness Month. I know my girl Beth does a chunk tournament in Florida that's huge. I know Iconic supported Dennis Curry and his wife's doing crazy stuff in the community to help out. And I think it's so inspiring when you hear other people saying all the stuff they're doing with mental health or suicide, and they're like, "Damn, I could do more. I could do more. I need to go to this walkathon. I need to go to this event." Like that's so inspiring. So for all you people that say you support stuff, like go support it for real. Just don't say you support it.
Amen.
I know
All
one
right,
brand
Ken.
donated 3,500 to somebody to suicide awareness, or no, they gave 3,500 to autism. You know what they're supposed to give? 15 grand.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
wow.
tell you the brand. I'm not gonna tell you the brand, but they shortchanged that brand $12,000. So at the
Oh,
end of the
wow.
day, don't say you're doing something and you're not doing it. Like
Right.
go, you need to say what you're doing. Be about the truth. And if you're going to do something, be about it. You know what I'm saying? I think that speaks volumes on your character.
Absolutely. All right,
For sure.
brother. I
Hey,
appreciate
well,
you
I'm
having
going to see you
on,
next
man.
week, right? Am I going to see you
Absolutely,
next week
man.
or what?
Yep, you will.
Hey, I need 4-seamers high and outside. You cool with that?
Yeah, right.
High and
Promise.
outside, bro.
All right,
I
brother.
got
You
to
take
go.
care.
Hey, you too, bro. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, love you, brother. Have a good one.
I love you too, man. I'll talk to you
All right.
soon.
All right,
Peace.
bye. Man, you gotta love it. What a fun-filled night. Shit. I'm gonna go into 2 hours. I don't know. The last time I had a show that almost go 2 hours, that was Carl Pettigore, and that's because that guy can talk. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing to do. Mental health awareness, and again, check on your bros. And and I always try to do that. I always try to check in on people and whatnot, and especially if anybody's going through a bad time or whatnot. I always will text them directly or something like that. And for birthdays, I always text people directly as well. So anyways, guys, it's JBI coming to you live on another wonderful, wonderful night. Hope you all enjoyed all the excitement that we've had. Johnny Dykes, Brandon Murray, Ken Scobey, everybody's on tonight, man. It was a Florida type of night, wasn't it? Safe travels, everybody out there, pretty major plus world. I'll see you on the dirt, baby. 10 toes in, baby.